Welcome to the Freedom Savage Podcast. Hey y'all, what's up? It's your boy Douglas, or you could call me Freedom. Welcome back to my channel. As y'all already know, we back at it again with another episode. Okay. Anyway, I really enjoyed last week's episode, so let's get into some more tea, all right? We got some more of my best friends joining us. It's going to be really fun, and I cannot wait. Okay. Please get up.
Hey, can you hear me good?
Yeah, I could hear you fine. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so you guys, this is my friend Jack, and we go to college together. Jack, you can introduce yourself to the audience and say your pronouns.
I'm Jack, and my pronouns are he, him, and that's all I
got. Okay, sorry, was drinking water. This segment is freedom of speech, and this is basically a forum where we talk and discuss topics. It could be serious, it could be regular. Who cares? It's just a space for us to chat. With that being said, we're going to do similar to what we did with Nikaya last episode, and that's ask each other truth questions. And our topics will basically derive off of that. So if Jack wants, I can go first, or you can go first. Which one do you
want? It's your thing, so you can go first.
Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna make sure. Okay. Oh my God, how did I forget? I know a lot of y'all are gonna be seeing this through YouTube, so just make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe, and yeah, and y'all already know why, because y'all need me and y'all need my content, because it's gonna help you guys a lot with your life. All right, so this is my first question for you. What have you complained about recently?
To you or in general?
In general.
Okay, you're gonna hate me. But the last thing I complained about was yesterday with our group project.
Oh my God. I don't even know if we could say names on here. But anyway, yes, we had a group.
We don't have to say names, but just it was kind of a disaster in every aspect.
Basically, we had a group project yesterday, you guys, in college. And let's just say we were supposed to put on this makeshift presentation. And it came out very, very bad. We forgot half of what we rehearsed. And the person that actually gave our group the idea, she's in our group, she actually gave our group the idea to put of what to put together. And we kind of, let's say we took all of the notes she gave us and kind of fucked it up at the end.
Well, we followed them when we practiced. It was just, we had the one person who didn't show up the whole time, and someone else was out in quarantine with COVID and only got to practice once. And then someone who I will not name, who totally wasn't you, was late to the actual thing because they changed our time.
All right. We're not going to keep going to that, me, because you want to know something. I did come and I did show up, and I did do what I remembered for the first part. And let me tell you something. I was depending on two people in the group, not going to say no names, and no, it's not you, but I was dependent on two people in the group to give me cues. And when I didn't get those cues, a part of me was like, all right, should I improvise? But then my gut was like, you know what? I'm not even going to do it anymore.
Hey, Douglas, how does it feel to be complaining? Oh, did you freeze? Couldn't tell if you froze or you were just staying really still.
That was actually the first time I did that. I kind of got scared. But anyway.
Well, no, because I was pretty sure hand was moving, but I was like, it could just be the camera quality being weird. So maybe
no, that was me. Literally me just now, and I don't know how I did it.
Okay.
No, what were we talking about again? How you say what were we talking about again? Like Yeah, you're right. I'm complaining. How you say I'm complaining? Now I'm complaining. But no, we apologize to the person in our group that kind of helped us put everything together, only because I felt like it was right. And it wasn't necessarily about the class, because the class was just a liberal arts class. Basically, if you showed up, you got a good grade. It wasn't that deep of a class, but I understand that, that person put a lot of her work into our presentation. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, she kind of held the whole group together.
Yeah, she was really like the one who was holding the whole group together. But, I had to kind of think about it yesterday, and I had to tell myself, you know what? Hey, I can't blame myself because, there was, like you said, many contributing factors that went into why the project, flunked the way it did, and I think, like, when it comes to classes like that, I don't think it's necessarily needed to invest so much. And this is nowhere near shade to her, but, I was talking about it with even like Lisbeth yesterday. And, sometimes you can put so much of your heart into something that in the end, it was like, wow, I didn't even really need to put that much effort. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I'm not saying that she didn't have to, and I'm not saying that she shouldn't have. I'm just saying that, I think from now on, she'll know, like, okay, you know what? This is how I will know how to map out where I feel like a lot of my efforts should go. Should it go into this flinky, shitty liberal arts class, or should it actually go into like a project I'm doing, or like a class that has to do with more like of directing and getting stuff together? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time, I also appreciate all her effort, because none of the rest of us would have been able to get anything done.
Oh yeah, absolutely. None of us would have been able to get things done. And can we just, I don't know if she would want her name just like put on this podcast, so I'm not really going to say it, but let's say shout out to her, because she actually has amazing direction skills. And I see her becoming like a really big thing. And I don't know, like Hollywood or just in the acting industry in general. I feel like we need more people like her who is alert and who does put her heart and soul into presentations and performances. I see her becoming a really big director. I don't know if you do, but she is definitely going to make it big because of her stamina. It's there, like the knowledge is there, like all of that's there. And to be honest with you, that's what you need. And sometimes the best people, the people that make it big in life, always tend to do things like she does, like put a lot of her effort into something that's not even that big, but because it matters to them in that moment. And that's going to take you really high. And, I've done that a lot. And I stopped doing that because, I also had to come to that realization. Like, there were times where it was like, should I really be putting all my effort into this one thing, or could I be putting it into something else? So it really just depends. I feel like it depends on the scenario, it depends on the situation. But let's just say, I'm not going to say her name because, I didn't get consent from her to say her name right here on this, like how you say, open airwaves. I didn't get her consent to say her name on this, but, let's just say shout out to her, because she is going to be a very, 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 very director one day. At least that's what I think.
Yeah.
And I am partially sorry for contributing to the group performance, sucking yesterday, but it's something that we all took a part in. You know what I mean? Like, we all played a part in it. And, I can't, like I said, I can't really blame myself, because I feel like it just comes to the bigger principle, like, probably all the effort should have been put in,
Yeah.
And we're going to get a grade regardless. I don't even think it was necessary. Like, our class as a whole was really based on if you showed up, you got the grade. You know what I mean?
And no one did show up for the record.
Let's talk about how nobody did show up. Let's talk about how half the class is absent with COVID. Oh, but they not.
Yeah, well, you try to put 50 plus people in a room during COVID, and then someone gets sick, and then everyone gets sick. What did you expect?
And the person that actually got sick with COVID came to our class yesterday, right off the bat. So what does that?
Yeah. One of the people. There were like 4 different people.
How you say 4 different people that really just like came out of our class with a long
That actually might be an understatement. There were a lot. I got like an email every day that was someone in one of your classes has been exposed to COVID. And I was like, yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. And it's very risky because you'll never know who. You'll never know who.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay. Do you want me to pull off like I guess, more uncomfortable question right off the bat, or just?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, I remember before you talked to me about, you said a lot of your like Black professors would kind of single you out in class, and I want to talk about how you feel about that.
So it's a very common practice that is, I wouldn't even say a common practice, but it's a common thing that goes on with a lot of Black kids and Black instructors in educational settings. Like sometimes that Black instructor will look at the Black kid and be like, wow, like you're in this class. Like, I'm glad that I'm seeing a person of color in this class. And at least that's what I feel like goes on in my mind. So the teachers sometimes, because this doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes when you have like a Black instructor and they see a Black student, there's this solar connection going on that's like different from the entire class. And a lot of Black kids will probably be able to attest to this with me. It's a really, really like, you know, big connection that happens to like really go on. And that connection isn't good or bad. It's just we Black. So we here. And then in your mind, you're like, I think so. I think we're here, you know? And I don't like, okay, it happened to me all the time, but a lot of my Black teachers that I've had, because I've only had like 2 before college, I've only had 3 Black teachers. And I got that like solar connection vibe I'm talking about. I got that vibe in 3rd grade and throughout middle school, because my course teacher in middle school was Black. Can we just say shout out to Miss Comas? And also, I don't know if she's still teaching, but shout out to Miss Davis. That was my 3rd grade teacher. You know, they kind of, you know, and it had nothing to do with a favoritism thing or me being their favorite student, but we had a different teacher-student connection because we were Black. Because like, well, for example, like I started getting bullied really heavily in school in 3rd grade. So Miss Davis, who grew up in my hood with me, so she was literally coming from the same neighborhood as me and then going to the, you know, same elementary school in the, you know, white dominated neighborhood. And a lot of times when she saw like a lot of the white kids messing with me and stuff like that, she will pull me to the side, pull me to her desk, have me do work at her desk, you know, like stuff like that. Like she low-key looked out for me. And because she saw a lot of what was going on with me, like a lot of the treatment that I was getting, you know?
Yeah.
For no reason, by the way. And then Miss Comas, it wasn't even really too deep of a connection. It was just more of, you know, she loved my singing. It was, again, just like, and I was one out of many Black kids in the chorus class. So, you know, I'm pretty sure she had this, like, you know, like I'm saying, solar connection with like a lot of them as well. But it was just this thing where, you know, like, she saw potential in me. And me being Black, let me tell you something. In a lot of these spaces, you don't see Black people. And what I mean by that is, you know, colleges like ours, it's unlikely to see a lot of Black people. You know, it's unlikely to see Black people in opera spaces or in courses that we've taken, like socially engaged artistry, all of those courses. Like, you're unlikely to see Black people. Probably a few, but not a lot. So when there's a Black instructor and they actually see Black kids being a part of this artistic movement that we're taking a part of, it's this, and again, this is all alleged. I want to say right now, this is all alleged. This is what I feel like goes on in my mind when it comes to me and these teachers and I.
Yeah.
In a way, I'll be feeling like they be thinking like, wow, I'm gonna keep my eye out on you. Not for nothing, just to do it. You know what I mean? So when our professor like gave me a lot of looks, and there was times when I didn't even speak in class. I was tired, you know, like I didn't really, you know, care to speak. You know, he would
9 a.m. class.
Yeah, he would still call me out. He will still call me out and be like, Douglas, what do you think? Give your 2 cents. You know what I mean? And it's like, in the back of my mind, I always ask, like, why did he do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I also asked because with that same professor, I had a friend who had like a similar treatment and it kind of made him uncomfortable, but he didn't really feel like he could like say anything.
Yeah.
And so that's also why I was wondering about your opinion.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Specifically, our professor from last semester, he did creep me out because of the way he did it. So I just want to say how you say last semester was different from what I'm talking about. Last semester was different from third grade teacher in middle school. Last semester, like not gonna say his name, but he's a weird guy.
No, there's definitely a difference between that and like a teacher looking out for their students.
Yeah.
There's definitely.
Yeah, he's a weird guy. So when I'm describing him, the same relationship that I had with my middle school and elementary school, this is not the same. He just looked at me a lot and just he had a lot of weird behavior.
The yellow notepad.
Yeah. Oh my god, the yellow. So he had a yellow notepad where he would like write a lot of our actions and stuff down. And
yeah, except this is a class about people's like personal experiences and like low-key a little bit of people's trauma, and he's like writing it down on his notepad, and I was like, what are you going to use this for too?
Yeah, that was going on in the back of my mind too. Like, what are you actually going to use this for? But yeah, it's a tendency. And I know that there are some Black kids out there that kind of like, agree with me. Like, it's this thing where it's like, whenever it's in that type of setting, like an educational setting, sometimes there's this connection going on that the kid themselves might not even know about. You know what I mean? And that's just because we're Black. And unfortunately, you don't see too much. I feel like nowadays you are seeing a little bit more. But like back then growing up, like it wasn't that much. Yeah. So it's a connection that going on. But with him specifically, no, he's just himself. He's just weird. Shout out to him though. How you say shout out to him? Same side. We're not saying that's wrong. Let him be. I love how we're just like airing out our entire school right now though. Can't wait for people to see this.
Well, it's not like we're naming names. I mean, I'm sure
how you say we're not giving y'all don't know. Speaking of, college and stuff, what are you planning on doing with your life in general?
Oh man, that is the question, isn't it?
That is the question. Remember when you told me how deep it's deep? Remember when you told me that? I was like, it's not deep, but it's also not deep, but then it's a little deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's vaguely uncomfortable. Yeah, so
feel free to not answer it also. Like if these questions get too you don't have
No, it's not that. I'm just trying to think of a way to answer it. I'm a very like creative oriented person, and I'm really into like world building of different like universes and writing, but at the same time there's a lot of other things in the creative field that I enjoy, like directing and acting. And so I'm kind of a go with the flow person, but I would also love to get more involved in like the voice acting stuff, just because it's something that I've always found really interesting, especially for games. I just think it's very neat, and that is that. But
yeah, I agree with you. So as you already know, I'm studying music and business at our college, but I also act outside of the school. Acting is another big love for me, and I've been on countless TV shows, movies, just doing a lot of background work. And then I started doing some mini projects in the last few years, a commercial. And I've auditioned for a lot of voice acting stuff too. I definitely see myself voice acting in the future. I think voice acting is like the best type of acting that you could do. It's still, you still need the same amount of effort as you would in like, like doing some like real in-person acting, but it's really, really fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's really
I've done bits and pieces, but that was more just like for things from my high school. Because I get anxious to reach out to people. And also it's just been a rough year in general.
Yeah. Oh, just so you guys know, Jack has been having an awesome year, by the way. Y'all don't know. Y'all know now.
Yeah. Understatement of the century.
Yeah. But no, I also just like I share a very, 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 very big love for acting. it's just like I said, it's fun. It's fun to be in those spaces. And growing up, I mean, the auditioning process and stuff could get very tiring. Oh my God, that's like a conversation within itself. But like I love when I actually book jobs and then I'm on set and then like stuff is happening and there's lights on my face and it's like, wow, all of the attention is like really kind of on me right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, wow, you know what I mean? And I just love that feeling of just being on an acting set because I just feel it in my gut. Like you're just so in your zone. You just don't care. Like you're just so ready to act. You're just so ready to work. And I just love that. Oh my God. Acting is so, so fun. And that's actually part of what I'm also planning on doing. All of this is a part of my business, Freedom Savage Entertainment, which I own. Hey, got the ownership last year for it. And
congrats.
One part of my business is going to be some sort of act label. And, a lot of my business is going to be seeking out minorities, not saying that I won't also reach out for, others, but, specifically it's going to be seeking out minorities because there are so many people in my neighborhood alone that don't really feel like they can go and chase their dreams. And I want them to know that they can, like you guys can, like, and I also feel like that's why I'm so proud of myself. And this is also something that I had to work on because, lately I haven't really been telling myself and, for the last couple of years, I don't really acknowledge how good of work I do. And I don't acknowledge how talented and stuff I am because I'll feel like I'm bragging. I'll feel like I'm filling up my head with air. But in all honesty, it's not wrong to be proud of yourself. I'm proud of myself for the stuff I've done.
Yeah, and you definitely deserve to be.
I feel like I do. You know what I mean? I feel like I do. It's very. And I think it was insecurities and just me telling myself, okay, I need a lot more work, which I do. I need work. Okay. I need work with my singing. Like if y'all be wanting to know why I don't release songs back to back to back and like one of those people that are just really active with their singing content, posting covers, blah, 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 blah. It's because one, I'm a perfectionist. It could sound good to everybody and still sound like crap to me. And it'll get to the point where sometimes I would even force my voice and have to take vocal rest, which I hate doing because everybody knows I sing every day. And it's because like, I'll keep telling myself, okay, I'm not good. But it's okay to do something and work on it and take your time while doing it. So when you're ready, you could be at that level that you want to be.
I feel like for what it's worth too, I think you need to give yourself more credit for being an active college student and still working on this stuff, just because that's stressful and time consuming as it is. And you're like getting a lot of different stuff done all at once. And I respect that.
Thank you so much. Again, it'd be hard for me. And I'm one of those people where since I never acknowledge myself, when people tell me you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing that, to me, I'll get like, it's hard for me to believe it. And sometimes I'm afraid to show that because I don't want people to think I'm being like fake, like, or nothing like that. But it's really hard for me to believe that I'm really doing these things. Like, am I really managing my actual life and still creating content and still on YouTube and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's really hard for me to actually, like acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Oh, it is my turn. Oh, shit. Wait, I had my list and I totally forgot. Hold on.
Yeah, that's what happens with these questions. We get so like deep.
Very sidetracked also.
And then sidetracked too. But
I remember what I was going to say.
It's an open space,
Yeah. No, I was going to say, you've told me before a bit about your acting and singing stuff when you were younger. And I also wanted to ask about how you got involved in that stuff. And you told me a little bit, but I still think it's interesting.
Yeah. So when I was 8 years old, I was watching Teen Nick and there was a Victorious marathon on. And I was one of those kids that just loved everything that had to do with the early 2000s, everything that had to do with early 2010. Like I fell in love with any and every single show that was on the TV. And Victorious was one of my favorite shows, obviously. Singing and acting literally mashed together. What person like me wouldn't like Victorious? And I told my mom, Like, mommy, I want to do that. At that time, I didn't know it was acting. I just told her, I want to do that. You know, and my mom always saw acting like an acting. She always got an acting vibe from me because I was a very enthusiastic person. And I don't know if you could tell. How you say, I don't know if you could tell. Of course you can tell. I have a very like outbursting personality. You know?
You don't say.
But, you know, like my mom always got an acting vibe from me, and she was the one who actually decided to invest in me. We had found this agency at the time. This agency does not run anymore, but we found this agency at the time that did modeling photos for me, and they put me in some movies where I did a lot of background work. I did a movie called The Inedible Defeat of Mr. and Pete, which starred, oh my God, what is his name? Because you want to know something, I've done several projects with him and I never got his actual name. Hold on. He's the black kid on Stranger Things. We've been in several projects together. He just doesn't know who I am because he was the star and I was the background person. And that's not shade. That's just...
I remember you mentioning this to me and something about scooters.
This is him. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but his name is Caleb. This is him.
Yeah.
I've been on several projects with him. So he starred in that movie, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he starred in that movie. I did background work on that movie. Countless of other movies. I'm really trying to remember. I did background work on Law and Order. That's actually, I'm a big Law and Order SVU fan, which a lot of my subscribers know. If you watched my Douglas Takes It All About Me survey video, y'all could go and check that out. Look at Jack talking about he doing promo. I did background work on Law and Order SVU, The Good Wife, Blue Bloods. It kind of just took off from there. Then after I did a little bit of background work on these shows and movies, I started to do off-Broadway. And once I did off-Broadway, that's how I got in contact with my manager that I have now. Shout out to Hillary. All right, Hillary is my manager and I love her. Doing my off-Broadway shows was how I got into, how it opened the door for me to do a lot more acting. And my manager, she works very, very hard till this day. She sends me stuff like back and forth, like do this. When can we meet? Because we need you to do this. And she'll send it out of nowhere. Like I could literally be living my life. She'll text me, be like, I need this by this day. You know what I mean? And everybody, if you know me, you know how much I love to appreciate my manager so much. She puts so much of her time into me. She knows me. She knows me. She knows my mother. We've known each other for like literally going on a decade now. But yeah, as I was saying, after my off-Broadway shows, I've done 4, starred in all 4 of them. I got in contact with her and she's been putting me in more projects since then. And I'm with a new agency and yeah, it's been really, how you say it's been fun. It still is fun. You know, I'm really by the phone waiting like, all right, when am I going to get this? When am I going to get this? When am I going to get this? Like how you say real like employee type, like I just need work. Like I'm just ready to work. But yeah, acting kind of started out, it kind of like everything kind of just like fell into my hands once once my mom really just invested in me. And I appreciate my mom for that. Everybody knows that my mom is my rock and she is the only reason why all of this shit is happening. Okay. The only reason. So yeah, I just had a parent that took their time to invest and she did. And everything kind of just took off from there for me. And, hope it just continues in the future because I do have sometimes doubts about my acting. Because sometimes, and I do with my acting a lot, like especially doing self-tapes. And I don't know if other actors out there could relate to me when it comes to just like a lot of the self-tapes that we've been having to do since quarantine. But sometimes when I look at my self-tapes, I'll be having to do them shits over and over again. Like, oh my God, okay, that's not really showing the character. Let me do it again. Oh my God, there was a noise in the background. Let me do it again. Like it's, self-tapes I've done for shows. It's so daunting. And like, you know, sometimes I beat myself up a lot. I definitely need more work with acting and I'm going to get it, you know, and I'm not afraid. Like, and that's another thing. Like, I'm not afraid to say it. Like, I need work on my talent. There needs to be improvement. And I'm not afraid to say that because I can't wait to get to that point and help others.
On a semi-related note, I would like to expose you real quick.
Sure.
Because this fucker came into class the other day and was like, actually, I guess it was a couple of weeks ago now, and he was like describing it to me because I missed the first couple classes. There was like a death in the family, it was a whole thing. And he was like, yeah, so it reminded me of like, so you know when I was off Broadway? And I was like, no, actually, I don't. He was like, yeah, so it reminded me of that like setting, like off Broadway, you know? And I was like, no, I really don't know, dude. This is not a relatable experience for me.
Talk about not wanting to brag.
It was just the way you did it too. It wasn't like bragging. It was just like genuine, like, yeah, this is what it reminds me of, you know? And it was just, no, I didn't.
Oh my God. I forgot that I even did that. When you say you were going to expose me, I was like, okay, let me see what I did. Because I probably did it. I probably did. Yeah, you've been exposed ever since. You never stopped. And now you told the world. Yes, Douglas was 20 minutes.
What's 20 the world going to do, huh?
Yeah.
What's the world going to do? You made it technically there for our final.
I love how you put technically. Like, can we just put like emphasis on technically right now? Like, I love how you just said technically. Jack.
Well, to be fair, we did all call you and someone had to run out of the room to find you because you were sitting in the lobby. So
eating food. I literally was eating Golden Crust. Shout out to Golden Crust. I was eating my West Indian food. I was eating my curry goat meat, peas and rice, cabbage, macaroni and cheese. And one of y'all went and got me. One of our group members really came downstairs and got me just like as soon as I finished the last spoonful of my food. And I was a little scared because I was like, wait a minute, because I just ate curry goat and I don't want to run around. Well, like that's
you did miss 3 calls from me immediately before. So
my phone was on vibrate and in my pocket, and I was wearing like these really thick sweatpants. So I did not even feel that. I didn't even feel my oh my God. Yesterday was just, also there's a police car outside. Y'all, again, just don't mind it. I already told y'all my background is loud. I can't do nothing about it. So Millie rock with that. Yeah. All right. Let me get into this question for you. What is your advice for people suffering from anxiety?
Sucks to suck. No, I'm kidding. Don't quote that. That was a joke. I have a very, I guess, like case by case approach to just mental health stuff in general, because I don't really think any advice is like just an umbrella thing that will help people. And I know a lot of things people said, oh, this works, that just never worked for me. Because I grew up with like really bad anxiety, OCD for a long time. And my elementary school didn't have like a counselor or anything because we were like 8. And I would have panic attacks in class. It was awful. So I don't think there's really like a one thing fits all method. But in terms of advice, I've found that just taking it one day at a time really helps, and finding little things to look forward to. And I don't know, I don't know if I'd say I'm a big music person, but back when my anxiety was really, really bad, I would have headphones that I brought with me constantly, and I still do. That just listening to music and kind of, I guess, dissociating in a way was just really calming. But just having little things that help calm me down, go for a walk or draw, or like I said, very individual thing.
Yeah. From knowing you, I could tell you're definitely a walker. I see you all the time with your headphones. And I didn't know that it was kind of tied to your anxiety. So, wow. Like right now, I don't know what I'm learning something new about you.
I mean, also, I can't sit still for long periods of time. So that is part of it. But in general, it just helps me think.
I asked you this question because I know like from time to time, even just knowing you, I've seen like your anxiety get to you at times. And I just felt like it was important to also bring it out here because I'm pretty sure there's many people out there in the world that are, you know, going through a lot of what you're going through, you know?
Yeah.
And I just felt I felt the need to ask you, you know, that question. Me personally, I have anxiety from time to time, but it's not consistent. I wouldn't necessarily say I suffer from it. But you know, when I do get anxiety, my heart pretty much just races. I'll feel like intense need to use the bathroom, and you know, I'll start panicking. Like that's my full-on anxiety, like right there. And I remember I had my first anxiety attack starting high school. And I remember I thought I was having a heart attack. I got so scared. I never felt my heart beat that fast in that way, anything. And it took my brother to actually be like, okay, you know what, calm down, calm down. And he took me for a walk. And after he took me for a walk, and he literally like took me in a walk, took me for a walk in the park. And he was like, are you good? Like he told me, leave my phone, leave everything. And I went for a walk, and the anxiety pretty much like went away, and I never really had it again. I never had it again after that until quarantine. I caught 2 anxiety attacks because there was just a lot of stuff going on at home. You know, I was taking care of my mom, and you know, just a lot of other stuff. I think quarantine was just hard for everybody. But what helps me with my anxiety is not even listening to regular music that I listen to. It's listening to the sleeping sounds. Those help me a lot. Listening to sleeping sounds help me a lot with my anxiety, specifically rain. I sleep to rain every single night. I just find rain so soothing. I'm one of those people that love rain, love thunderstorms, love like all of that. Like I don't like to be in it. I don't like to be in it, but I like to like see it from my window. It's so
I like looking at it.
Yeah,
from a safe distance.
Pleasing. Like who does not like rain? Like it's so like it's just so pleasing, you know. And you know, a lot of times
sorry, that was my Discord.
When my anxiety is bothering me, that's usually what I do. Sometimes I may pray, or I actually may go for a walk. My body is not used to me being in a sad state. So that's like when I tell people, like, I don't really suffer from depression and stuff. And it is a blessing. I know everybody's told me that it's a blessing. You know, it's really,
man, what's that like?
Because when I'm in a position where I'm sad, I was borderline depressed at one point, but when I'm in a position when I'm sad, my mind will automatically like do things to tell me, okay, snap out of this. Okay, do this to make you happy. Do this because my body is not used to me being in that like state. You know what I mean? Because when I'm feeling down emotionally, I start to feel sick. Like my head will start hurting. I'll feel really, really drowsy. That's been a lot of my anxiety actually lately. My anxiety hasn't even been this huge rush of adrenaline. It's actually been this thing where I've been getting whatever's happening to me will be so overwhelming that my energy will drain. I'll start to feel really, really tired.
No, that I understand.
That's been a lot of my anxiety recently. It'll be like the last like 2 or 3 times I had anxiety, probably like earlier this year, late last year. It's been like this thing where I would just immediately feel the need to go to sleep and sleep everything away. That's really what it's been. But, you know, what has helped me, it's hard to actually need the help in the moment when it's happening. I would say that. So I understand what you meant by like, you know, advice, quote unquote, per se, because like in the actual moment, it is hard. And, you know, let's be realistic about it. In the actual moment, it is hard. But, you know, I think and I know this is kind of cliche as well, but taking deep breaths also helps me a lot. Taking deep breaths, sleeping sound, specifically rain, like praying, just kind of just letting myself know that whatever's going on is going to be okay. And if I actually do need to sleep, I'm going to sleep. Like if this is what could possibly help, you know, me out, then I'm going to go.
I'm a little bit the opposite. I'll usually put on like YouTube or some show that I might not necessarily care about, but just to hear words and like other people speaking, just because like silence or even things that like are noises but isn't like words that I can focus on, I can still kind of feel like overwhelmed. And so it's just helpful to like, even if it's some random person on YouTube talking, just to hear someone else's voice. And that's a big thing for me, especially at night. Oh man, side tangent coming up. When I was about 7 or 8, that was when my anxiety got really bad. And I would have panic attacks, honestly, like almost every night. And so I would like make my dad come back in every like 5 to 10 minutes. And he sometimes slept on the floor, which was just really sweet of him in retrospect. I didn't appreciate it enough at the time. And he would sleep on my floor because I was too scared to be alone. And I would start hyperventilating and crying. And he would, well, when he was trying to get out of me having to have him sleep in my room, he promised that he would come back in 5 minutes, and then he'd come back and I would still be anxious, and he'd say he'd come back in 10, he'd come back 10 minutes later, and then he would say 20, and usually by 20 I was asleep. But just knowing that he did keep coming back in all night if it was needed was something that was really important to me, just because it's really overwhelming a lot of the times, and even if people don't completely understand, it's really nice to have at least someone you can talk to or who is there for you.
Absolutely. I have been worrying since the dawn of time. You know, when my mom got really, really sick back in 2020, a lot of what I, like, at first I didn't worry, but like later on, like months later, I started to worry about her a lot. And I started to worry about my well-being and the well-being of my friends. And because there's just so much awful things going on in this world. Like, I remember, like, even this morning, like before any of this started, I woke up this morning on my bed and I went on TikTok for no reason whatsoever. And I saw these videos about you know, like the true crime story TikToks where they talk about like crimes and stuff that happen, and it's like the news would have already like low-key covered it, but they feel the need to, like, you know, I guess like make TikToks about it, whatever. And they spoke about like some people that have been killed and stuff like that, and
trying to dodge that YouTube demonetization.
Yeah, because I was really about to say it, but I was like, let me spell it. Yeah, you know, it made me think, wow, there are really some awful people out here. You know, and it's like, I see why people don't watch like the news, because I actually stopped watching the news when I was younger. I would never forget it, because everybody, if you were in the projects, you heard about this case. It was a little boy, and I believe his friend, they had to both be like 7 or 8 years old, and they were stabbed in it. I remember the news covering it for like a week, and it showed clips of like, I think the friend survived, but he passed away. God rest his soul. And I just saw clips of like his funeral, and I think it was like Spider-Man themed or something like that, because he liked Spider-Man, and it just it devastated me. Like, and at that time, it was like 2014, I had to be around like 11. It devastated me. Like, just to see that, it was like, oh my God. Like, and when I saw the TikToks, because I saw like several TikToks like where this person was like covering stories of people who had their lives taken from them. And it's like, wow, like I've seen worse. And that's another thing. I was so shocked that I even started having these thoughts, because I'm a crime show buff. Like, y'all already know I love Law and Order SVU and several other crime shows. But like, to actually hear about some real life stuff, that's like, oh my God, wow. You know what I mean? Like,
especially things that have happened like recently. Like, I'll admit, I'm a big BuzzFeed Unsolved fan. Well, it's over now, but I'm still a big fan of it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely something different about hearing like some, I don't know, for example, Thailand thing, and like hearing about how someone like in the neighborhood near yours got house burned down or things like that, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when you're a young kid and it's other people your own age, because it's not really something you've ever had to think about generally, your own mortality when you're that young. And it's definitely like a kick in the face with a sledgehammer.
Yeah. Swinging that back around to my worries, you know, even the protests in 2020, that traumatized me a lot because, you know, I do have to worry about walking outside every day, you know, being a Black man of my stature, tall, big, you know, I have to worry about, and when I'm around cops, so whenever I see cops, I always look the other direction. And like when I can, like if it's like, oh, you can only walk like this way, like if it's like a hallway or something, and I or a street, and I do happen to just like walk past them, I do get a little jolt of anxiety that I don't even tell my friends about. You know what I mean? Because it's so scary. And like my biggest fear, and I've had an altercation with the cops before because they assumed that I was smoking marijuana. And like my body was trembling because even in that moment when they were accusing me of all of these things, in the back of my mind, I was like, the one thing I don't want is to become a hashtag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's scary, just like being in this, not even just this country, but this world, this planet. Like, will you really hear about stuff that's been going on? Like, and just how creepy things are, and how vile things are. It's like, you know, and I know there's some people out here right now that's like, oh yes, we love the gore stories and crowd stuff, and it's like, it's okay if you're interested. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'd be interested, all right? Like, you know, so where I'll be scared of these TikToks, and then I'll start worrying and then rethinking life. But in the same breath, it's like I'm just as interested. Like I want to see more, and it's so like I'm just an idiot like that.
It's like morbid curiosity.
Like I'm more curious, even though I know it's gonna scare me. You can ask me another question. You're? You can ask me another question.
I should have written down my questions.
If you want, I could also just ask you one more.
Yeah, that works too. I keep getting so sidetracked by like all of our conversations.
It's perfectly fine. I know it's like a lot. It's a lot because in a lot of these topics that we've been speaking about, it's like topics within itself. You know what I mean? Like, really be unpacked for hours and hours and hours. Speaking of my last question, what are your views on the political climate right now? And I just mean with everything happening in the Ukraine, Europe.
I mean, aside from the obvious, I support Ukraine. I definitely think of a few friends, not too many, but I have a few friends who are Russian or have lived in Russia at some point. So first things first, I would never suggest anything happening to a world leader because that would be a concerning thing to admit online. So I'm not saying anything of that sort. However, I know a lot of people in Russia don't approve of everything happening with Ukraine and don't want to be happening and are like really roped into this situation that they don't want to be. And I think that it is certain person in particular who has dug himself a grave and refuses to back down now. Because it's very, I mean, let's be honest, Putin kind of made a mistake in trying to invade Ukraine and didn't expect the pushback he got. And then because he's prideful, didn't want to like back off and say, no, I'm weaker than whatever, you know? But no one in Ukraine and almost no one in Russia wants to deal with any of this and is just in a situation because one man, and I guess some of his advisors and stuff, are just power hungry and can't deal with other people having things.
Yeah.
That's not too spicy a take, right?
No, you know, me personally, like, I just look at it as this. People are being hurt. It has to stop. Right? Obvious. Yeah. I was just shocked that this is happening now. Like, in the next 50 to 100 years, like, this is going to be in the textbooks. You know, kids are going to be learning about all of these things. You know, like, this is going to be an event in history that we're literally living in right now. Like, when it first happened, when I heard that it got first announced, I was like, right now in 2022, like with Gen Z and social media being a thing. And then I see them publishing those same political cartoons that we would learn about in US history and stuff. It's getting tweeted. And I'm like, it's like, is my eyes like deceiving me right now? Like, I cannot believe it's so like in a way, I don't want to say it's not fascinating because like I said, this is a thing that's really happening, things going on, we definitely need to support Ukraine, shout out to Ukraine just for, trying to remain as stable as they could. And again, I support everybody in the Ukraine. I support everyone in the Ukraine. Because there are real, families out there that are really struggling. And, I pray for them as well. But, it is in a way interesting that we're really living during a war in a way,
Yeah. Well, so also about your point about being surprised this is happening with like Gen Z and social media and everything going on now. It makes me think my global politics teacher that I had in high school, he was really cool dude, one of the best teachers I've ever had. Yeah. And he said that almost no one is more informed about politics than teenagers and high schoolers. And I think that's true because there's a lot of time where it's like willful ignorance when people are older and they're just like, oh, I don't want to get involved, which is understandable. But when you're younger and our age and you're forced to learn about that stuff, you tend to be a lot more informed about how things work. Yeah. And there's, again, that whole like age-old saying of those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it. If you can't tell, I used to be a huge history nerd. It was great. I loved lecturing historians when I was like 6.
That's why I asked you the question, because I remember you telling me that you were just like a huge history buff. So I was like, let me just ask you this question.
Yeah, it was great. I got to lecture full-grown adults when I was like 6 because they would try to talk down to me. It was a fun time. Weird kid. Didn't have a lot of friends. Anyway, though.
Neither did I. That's why we're doing this. That's how you say that's why everything happened the way it did. But yeah.
Yeah. But back to my point. I think because people our generation are more connected through social media and in touch. And yeah, social media has its downsides, but that's besides the point at the moment. I just think we're more in touch and more understanding about the world. And I think some of the older generations, because they've been out of touch with a lot of stuff for so long, or don't really see it as a them problem, seem to be a bit disconnected from it. And I think that's part of the reason that this is something that is definitely happening now. So I'm not necessarily surprised. I'm frustrated and disappointment, and it makes me angry, but I'm not surprised that it's happening,
Yeah, absolutely. With that being said, we really unpacked a lot, and just for a quick takeaway, life, you want to know something? I see it right here. I was eating Chinese takeout last night, and
is this a fortune cookie thing?
It's a fortune cookie thing. Yes, you already know I'm going to hit you with a fortune cookie thing. And this was out of nowhere. I didn't plan this. I literally just looked at it because I was trying to find something to say because I didn't want to say something. But I saw this fortune cookie teller last night, and I kept it by my windowsill because it said, life is not a problem to be solved, rather a mystery to be lived. And that got to me. Like, I get it, it's a fortune cookie. Like, they're always gonna have like meaningful stuff.
And it's not a fortune.
Also. Yeah. But it's like, it got to me because I was like, we are in a mystery. There's a lot.
We live in a society.
Yeah. And there's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of things happening around us. And we are steadily just trying to figure it out every single day. That's what we're trying to do, is every day we're giving ourselves a reason. Every day we're putting something together. We may not feel like we are, but every day we're putting something together. If you're a living, breathing human being on this planet, every single day we're putting something together. Every single day. We're trying to figure out something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's just how it is a lot of times.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what my life has in store for me. I don't know what my life has in store for you, but, what we're doing is just doing what our heart desires. I'm doing this podcast stuff in my career because that's what my heart desired. That's what it desires. We're all It's all just a big ass question mark if you really want to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
definitely.
thank you so much again. I'm definitely, how you say,
Thank you for having me.
I'm gonna see you in school.
Yeah, I'll see you literally 2 days from now. So
literally 2 days from now. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. And yeah, I'll definitely talk to you soon. Everybody, I'm gonna say, everybody give it up for Jack, but there's no audience. So
all the fictional people.
All of the fictional people out there.
All that.
For Jack.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
All right.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. All right. Hey, you guys. We're back at it again with another segment for you guys. You guys are already familiar with this segment from last episode. From the last episode, this is Freedom Fun, and this is a segment where we play a little game. And today joining me is one of my best friends. Well, the second one is, how you say, let's just say she's existing. But this is one of them, because they're sisters. This is one of them. Simone, introduce yourself and give your pronouns.
Hi, my name is Simone. My pronouns are she and her. What else can I say about myself? I don't like racism, I guess.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, you're very big on that. If anybody knows,
very big on it.
I know she's very big on that.
That's all I can talk about.
But yes, this is my best friend Simone, and her sister, my other best friend, is, let's just say, existing. Shout out to her though. And yes, so Simone and me will be taking a best friend quiz. I sent her some questions that she will be answering, and she sent me some questions that I will be answering. And we're gonna start right now. So,
want to start with mine or yours?
I'll start with yours.
Okay, no problem.
So let me actually take it, and then I'm going to take it, and then you're going to see the results, and then you could read. All right. I took yours. Let's see.
What okay, I see the responses. Let's see. 5 out of 11.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. That's the total. Wow. I know you so much, Simone.
Let me see. Okay.
Read them.
You put spicy chicken sandwich as my favorite food. The answer was mac and cheese. Then again, that is
mac and cheese.
That was my second.
Every time we went out, you got like sandwiches.
I'm not as mad at that. My favorite TV show. You put Moon Knight. The answer was Shadowhunters.
Told me Shadowhunters.
I have never seen not one episode of Moon Knight in this lifetime.
Oh my god!
Not one episode. Oh okay. My least favorite celebrity, you got them all correct. I hate the most. I hate the bitches. Correct. I hope you hear my clapping. Good job. Who is my favorite K-pop group / soloist?
Oh my god, I'm dumb.
You put Stray Kids. I'm not the hugest fan, but I can see where you got that. It's T. What is my second language? You put Spanish. I could speak English and English only.
I thought you, because when you asked it, I was like, wait a minute, like you speak, because you're Puerto Rican.
Wait, so
I was
never taught, so I never learned.
Learned it. Okay.
It's okay. I'm not mad. What is my dream career? Good job.
Yeah, because you always told me you do not want to be famous. So I was like, okay, it's none of that.
Actually, they were all correct. All of them were correct except English teachers. So.
Really? I thought you told me that you never really saw yourself being famous, like being in the industry.
I can never see myself doing anything huge. You know what I mean? I can see myself doing small things, if I'm honest with you. Like I would audition for a TV show rather than a film.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, am I a cookie or ice cream person? You put
ice cream person?
I don't like either of them, if I'm being totally honest. I don't like cake. I'm not the biggest fan of cookies. The only ice cream I have And the only ice cream I really have is like rainbow sherbet, and that doesn't count as ice cream because that's technically like fruit and honey and shit. I don't know.
Wow.
Sherbet isn't technically an ice cream. It has no milk.
I genuinely thought you liked ice cream.
I mean, if it's there, I'll have it. What do I hate the most? Asparagus, whitewashing in Hollywood, colorism, sexism. Correct. All of the above. Good job, Douglas.
I hated this question right here. I knew I was going to get this correct. Oh my God.
Do I prefer Samsung or Apple? What kind of phone do I have? Samsung.
No, you say respectfully? Respectfully. Respectfully.
Okay, next one. What is my favorite book? You put The Spanish Love Deception. I don't think I've ever told you what my favorite book is, so I'm not as mad as at this one. My favorite book is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera.
Shout out to Adam Silvera. Period. But yeah. And your astrology sign already knew this. I just never really remembered y'all birthday. But I always knew y'all was
Well, you know it's in April.
Yeah, I knew it was in April. So I was like, okay, Aries, of course. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I guess I know you a lot.
Well, I thought we were close. I thought you knew me. I thought we knew each other.
Yeah.
I'm depressed.
I know you a lot. What you mean? I know you a lot. I know you a lot. But yeah, for you guys who don't know, me and Simone and her sister have been best friends since middle school. So this is almost a decade.
A decade-long friendship.
And they are my biggest supporters. And you know, I
love you, bitch. Yeah. I ain't gonna never stop loving you.
Yeah,
bitch.
It's a how you say it's a mutual. This is a mutual respect, a mutual love.
Love each other. Okay, I'm gonna take yours now.
Got you. It's okay. Right, you know, these quizzes is really just how well do we really know each other? You know what I mean?
You got 5 out of 11. That really says a lot.
Yeah, 5 out of 11. Not really.
Okay, let's see. I think I'm good. I think I'm good at this. I think I can do this. Oh fuck. We got up to your birthday. Now I gotta go into my calendar.
Oh my God.
I know your birthday. I know the month it is. I'm not dumb.
No, we always forget like each other's birthdays respectfully because it also takes me a while.
As long as we know what month it is, like it's fine, right?
A month and it's pretty much fine, but you know, I know, trust me, I know it's hard sometimes for the birthdays because I really y'all birthday, it also took me a while. I would always get the 2 days after and not the actual day itself.
Okay, I did it. I'm scared. Okay. I did it.
Let me see. Let me look and see what you did. Let me look and see what you did. Hold on. Let me try.
I see a lot of red. I am not happy.
Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to. You submitted it?
Yeah, I submitted it.
Got you. All right. Hold on. I'm trying to. How do you even see these questions? How do you know? Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. Let me see. For my favorite color, you put purple?
I thought it was purple.
You put
I legitimately thought it was purple. I'm not dumb for thinking it's purple.
No, it's green. My favorite color.
You have never not worn green not once around me.
I never wore it as a clothes, but y'all know green was my thing. I thought that was going to be a question that only y'all would have got. I thought that would have been a question only y'all would have got. Only y'all should have got green. Only y'all should have got green.
Did everybody get it wrong so far?
No. Everybody knows it's green.
How do I not know it's green?
What do I hate the most? Tomatoes. You got it right. Tomatoes.
Every single time we go out to get food, you always say, make sure there's no tomatoes.
Yeah, you already know I hate tomatoes. I actually hate all of those choices. I'm not a big fan of chili, mashed potatoes, or hummus. Hummus sucks to me. Tomatoes is like the worst of all, though. Oh my God. First of all, Simone. I mean, in all honesty, I'm not even surprised that you got like this wrong because you didn't even know
superhero?
The color. You didn't even know the color.
No, I'm gonna be totally honest. I was looking at this question. I was like, it's either Batman or Green Lantern. I knew it had to be Batman or Green Lantern. Batman just hit me because Batman's my favorite superhero.
Spider-Man. You never heard me speak of Iron Man. Like
exactly.
Batman.
I knew it was something DC though.
Yeah. Yeah, Batman was my Batman was my second fave, but my top number one like fave was always Green Lantern. For y'all who know me, y'all know I'm a comic book geek. It was a really, really huge one in middle school, read a lot. And then elementary school, it was a lot of Green Lantern comics. I was flooded with that.
I'm the biggest Batman fan. I love Batman. I love Robins. So like my brain just went to Batman. So maybe that's why I got it wrong.
Got you. Oh, yeah, I used to have to do that again. But yeah, everybody knows that I'm a big DC and Marvel fan, and yeah, Green Lantern. I still rep Green Lantern till this day. But yeah, no, Green Lantern is my favorite superhero, girl. When it's my birthday,
I got a day wrong. You can't be mad at that. At least I knew it's in the same week.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
You can't be mad at that. Right. At least I knew. You ask me all the time when my birthday is. You don't even remember.
It's 2/26/03, but you're right. I don't be remembering y'all birthday anyway. That 27 don't hurt me. That 27 don't hurt me.
That's a sign of friendship. If you don't know your best friend's birthday, you truly are best friends. That's a sign of friendship to me.
Oh my God. What you mean that's a sign?
Because if I gotta be reminded, that shows I love you. Because if I didn't care, I wouldn't ask. If I have to keep asking you, that shows I care when your your special day is.
Wow, you got the music alter ego correct. Freedom Savage.
Of course I do.
The allergic. Yes, I'm allergic to pollen. Allergy baby.
I'm also allergic to pollen. Also, that made no sense. I was looking at that question. It said shellfish. I'm like, that's dumb as hell. Because whenever we go out to eat, you usually order shrimp or something.
I'm how you say I'm a seafood baby. Okay. Favorite ice cream you put? Yes, cookies and cream is my favorite.
Cookies and cream is good as hell.
Yeah, you know cookies and cream. Everything for me just hit. I'm gonna open up this window just a little bit though. It's a little. What is my favorite season? Now you knew better.
What? I thought you liked the summer. How do I supposed to know better?
Hate summer so much. First of all, I tan without consent. I hate sweating. I hate sweating. I hate sweating. I hate summer with a full-on passion. My birthday is in winter. I am a winter baby. Okay, I love snow. I love all of that. I like summer for like being out of school, blah 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 blah. Being able
yeah, that's true.
Like I like what you could do during the summer, but I don't actually like summer itself. Excuse me. I damn sure ain't no damn night owl. Okay, and first of all, Elizabeth and Lisa specifically will even get mad at you for that question alone because I actually sleep like a baby. I am actually one of those human beings out there that actually get a normal 8 to 10 hours of sleep.
I thought that you were. I thought, well, maybe it's because I go to bed at like 4 a.m. That I think all my friends go to bed at 4 a.m.
Yeah, no, I actually get
again, you text me like when I'm sleeping, I sleep from like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. to like maybe like 8 or 9. I get text from you. I get text from you at like 7 a.m. I'm like, why are you up so early?
Exactly. Because that's just because since I was younger, like whenever I would go to sleep, I would wake up at like, like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I'm just like that.
I think your body has like an internal clock that like just lets you know to wake up
at that time every single time. And you got my siblings correct. Yes, I do have 5 siblings. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to Kaiwan, Abria, Chris, Mecca, and my brother, Naquez. So shout out to all of them. Yes, those are my siblings. Wow. So I guess we equal.
I knew that.
You want to know something? I guess we even. I really guess
we're even. We both are, but bottom line is we are buddies and best friends, even though we don't know these tiny little things about us.
Yeah, but anyway, this was a little fun.
This was really like this is hilarious.
Yeah, this was really. I'm gonna have to like actually screenshot this quiz. That way, next time when you ask, next time you ask, I got you.
Next time you ask a question, hold on, let me look at my quiz result.
The quiz that we gave you. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much. You already know, tell Jay I love her. But thank you so much for joining, everybody. My invisible audience, give a shout out for Simone, because
yeah,
yes,
I'm that bitch. I am that bitch.
You want to know something? You so much Maddie from Euphoria. I was surprised that Euphoria wasn't your show. You have her personality. Like if you guys know Simone, y'all would know that she literally has her personality. But anyway,
one of these days, I'm gonna take the time out to finish Euphoria. You know what I mean?
You need to.
I need to. I've just been popping in and out with the Cassie and Maddie drama, so I haven't really.
Shout out to Euphoria and everybody on it.
Shout out everybody in that show.
But yeah, I'll definitely talk to you later, and thanks for joining.
Of course.
For those of y'all, I just wanted to say you guys have seen Simone's face before. She actually was one of the first girls that had her little cameo scene in my Stan music video that I did back in 2020. So again, go check that out too. Got some more music for y'all coming out soon. All right, let's get into the next and last segment. Hey y'all, welcome to my last segment. This is a new segment that, like I told y'all, this podcast is developing, so there'll be new segments. I may reuse some. This is a new segment that I would like to call Freedom Flashback. And this is basically a segment where it's similar to freedom of speech, where we kind of just have a discussion, but this discussion is kind of set back on, this discussion is based off reflecting on things. As you guys already know, I like to play Roblox. Me and I didn't even introduce y'all. Dang, I'm sorry. Y'all want to say y'all pronouns?
That's booty hole.
Introduce yourselves again.
Wait, can you repeat the outfit? Wait, hold on. Can you see me from here? Hey, and a little ruffles.
Period with the outfit.
Crop top. High waist. Long to the toes.
Don't say the company because they not being.
Yeah. The other one, the strap back here, but it don't matter. That's what it is. But I got no feet. I got no shoes.
Oh my God. As y'all already know, do y'all even need her to introduce herself? This is usual. This is
I don't make her as that. Let me.
And as y'all already know, this is my girl. She wearing a bonnet. He said
I didn't even say my name. That's Ushlove and on social media, and Elizabeth Vargas is on the first podcast.
Yeah, they remember you from my YouTube being.
And I'm gonna do make. Sorry about I can't. There's nothing that covers this, and that's my brother's game. He's not even here to play. He's somewhere else existing. I don't know where he is. I wish it was a curtain to cover this, but you're gonna bless you. You're gonna have to do it. And I'm gonna do makeup as this where shit goes, so you just don't see me go crazy.
Period. Lisa, we love the bonnet. Period.
I was gonna go with a bonnet. I was just gonna be on PJs when I tell you. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
I didn't have the energy to get myself ready this morning. Anyway,
that's okay.
We felt.
It's Lisa from episode 1, and yeah.
Oh, we love
pronouns, just so everybody know out there.
Oh, she, her.
Sure.
Got you.
Mm-hmm. Lisa,
all right.
she, her.
So like I was saying before, as y'all already know, I love Roblox. As Lisa has gotten close to the both of us, we've been playing a lot of Roblox lately, and we thought it would be a great topic to talk about. We wanted to reflect on our experience playing Roblox so far. And I think I'm gonna start this off with a question to just ask to both of you guys, because I'm new to Roblox. You guys have kind of been playing Roblox since, y'all were younger. But Lisa, I believe since high school, and Lisbeth since you were a child. So, I wanted to know, has Roblox changed?
Yeah.
I've been playing Roblox since 2016. More in 2020. It has definitely changed. And it's not like the game itself, it's the players who play it that has changed. The Roblox culture has changed.
Yeah.
And it's just you know how Caillou games are specifically made for children?
Yeah.
Roblox was like that at one point. But now it's it's not that anymore. It's not.
I actually want to like look up how Roblox was 2016. Amazing screenshot or how it used to be because I was there before. So oh my god.
Can we actually share your screen so we could actually like see it?
Oh my god, I think it used to look different before this too, but
wow,
that's how
that was the logo. Better? Yeah,
it looks better
because
the Roblox font now I don't care for.
This is what it looks. I mean, mine is in dark mode, but if you don't have it in dark mode, it's gonna be gray. The whole thing will just be gray.
Yeah.
And there used to be on the top, and the top is different games. Yeah, the games are on top. There's Discover, and that's where you get the games. But it used to be a game. Let me see. Develop. They don't even have. They have Create, so they changed that. The Robux is still the same. Catalog. What would catalog be like? The avatar shop? I guess they changed.
Catalog was the avatar shop.
Oh wow! But this side is the same. The Robux sign is different. Like their logo is different. Wow. I think the font always stayed the same. The font I don't think ever changed.
It looks like way more lively than
It looks like a regular computer game that you.
Yeah, it looks like it's giving me like Y8 vibes. Like heavy Y8 vibes.
Yeah, I don't remember. I probably got into Roblox the same time Lisa got into it, but Lisa didn't know that you would sign it. So I probably got in earlier than that.
You told me you were playing it from like younger.
Oh God, my cousin introduced me to. He was on that introduced me to Minecraft and Roblox. But I got into Minecraft earlier and then Roblox a little bit later. Sorry about background noise. That is my grandma.
You don't care. Authentic stuff. Shout out to Granny.
They're not fighting. She don't want to take a shower. So she's like, don't take me a shower. Okay. Sorry.
We love Granny in this house. Sorry. I just want to tell y'all, for those on YouTube, it's none of y'all business, but we really love Granny.
Yeah, we love Granny. She is a goofball.
Me personally wishing that Granny could just do a quick cameo. But anyway.
Yeah, when you sign in Roblox, you would get like 10 Robux like every day.
Yeah.
You would get 10 Robux every day, and that's how it used to be. But then I noticed they stopped it, and then it literally like there was no announcement from what I remember, but I was young. But I noticed every time I was signed in, no Robux would be in like the top, like it would never go up after. I think I had 80 Robux, so I wasn't one of the earliest players. If I was one of the earliest players, because Roblox started in 2009, did it?
I think it started 2006.
Yeah, I think 2006. Why do y'all think that is? Do y'all think it's because of capitalism?
Yes.
Yeah. Now they have Grammys and other artists that are collabing. Like I be seeing like new shit on it. Yeah, you must be seeing new shit.
Yeah.
It's like I've never seen that before. I would see like not the horoscope, the lunar year. I would see New Year's probably, but and the clothes were just clothes. I remember you didn't have all these characters that you would see now. The ones that were used the most was like I forgot what it's called, but the boxy. It has like it's called R something, but I know they're like R15 or something else, but I don't know the names of it. Mm-hmm. I know there was the Robloxian 2.0, which was like it had more of a curve to it, but then the hands were like Lego pieces and not like 3 fingers.
Yeah, and Roblox reminds me a lot of Lego.
Legos, yeah, and people would think is that Minecraft, like how is some people still think that what's so popular about Roblox, and I can understand that, but that's a whole other topic. And before it was just a box, like you were just a box before. But then there was the new.
Let's get into it. Like, how do you
the new body? How I feel about what?
What you just said, like that whole thing when it comes to like Roblox and the character features, like, do you feel like they evolved? Do you like the characters? Do y'all like the characters? That's like how the character development and like different things that you could do to represent yourself on Roblox. Do y'all care for it?
I actually like how they have the different bodies and how you're able to customize it, because it gives your character a realistic look. Like, instead of your character just, like, you could be, like...
Now that you could change the body, and the animations, I really like that. I don't know. I wasn't one to... I did not buy stuff when I was younger. Like, I didn't ask my parents for money to have, like, a membership, or I don't remember if they had a membership.
I was afraid to, because I lived in one of those households where it was like, why y'all need that money to do that? You know what I mean?
And same thing with Animal Jam. Animal Jam and Roblox is my shit, but we're not talking about Animal Jam. I do like that you could change your character and customize it. I like that also there's different communities in it. Like, you could, I love my furry character, even though people hate it. And I love that I could, they have like the edges and different types of hairstyles. Oh, before there was no afro. Can I tell you? Before, you think there's a lot less now, which there still has to be more like black hairstyles, but before there was none of it. There was like this stupid ass
hairstyles.
There was, I like that there's a lot of options. I was like, oh my god, you get a drink in there, Vonda. You get like, you get little heart. I like Lisa's little heart braids. You cannot. There was no laid edges, no baby hairs. There was no like none of that. There was no Y2K. There was no like Forever 21 shit.
That's what it was.
It was straight hair. It was just boxy, like thick straight hair. I don't know what the fuck it was. That was the only options y'all had. Literally, it was like behind the ear with the I know the blonde one was a popular one. The brown one with the little what is it called? The headband. That was a popular hairstyle, and I always wanted that one. It was like 80 Robux.
I think I have that one.
I don't have. Oh my, that's so old. That's an old hairstyle. That was like one of the most like popular ones. And it was a blonde.
I really wish that I would have like actually like been a part of like just like seeing the old Roblox font, because for y'all that know me out there, I was a very big computer kid, but I thought Roblox like actually like cost money, like before you could even do it. You had to pay. So in my mind, I was like, I'm not even gonna do it, because I was one of those kids that really had this big desire to play Club Penguin, and Club Penguin cost money. So I was like, and then when I saw commercials for Roblox, I was like, damn, it's reminding me of Legos. But I thought it was Legos. I thought Legos was just doing something to where like you could have it like on a game, because I saw
have it in a game. Yeah.
But I never, again, I had that assumption that it really just like cost mad money to play. I was like, I'm not even gonna do Roblox. And it never was a thing. Like, I was really on Movie Star Planet, nickjr.com, pbskids.org. Y'all know the game section. We were talking about it the other day, just playing what was it? What was the game I used to play all the time? That show.
Wow, was he?
Oh my god, no, Wow Wubsy was Nick Jr. And I actually I saw like
Dehydrated, SpongeBob Dehydrated on the.
That's I was basically like, no, SpongeBob Rehydrated is that was made a new game that is now on like PS4, blah 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 blah. All those new consoles, they remade SpongeBob Rehydrated, because I think it came out like 2003, 2004, and they remade it 2021. But for me, like, I was really on Movie Star Planet. Like, when I was younger, it was just computer games, straight computer games. I had an Xbox, but I only played 2 games on it. I had Simpsons Road Rage, which was basically like a cab game where you just drive people around and you could hit things. And there was races. If you complete the races, that's how you go to like new settings to drive people around. And then there was a skiing game. I didn't really pay too much attention to the skiing game though. In my Nintendo Wii, I had SpongeBob Atlantis SquarePants. And I had the DS version too. As y'all already know, I'm a big fan of SpongeBob, and I had both those SpongeBob games. I also had the regular typical games on Wii, the bowling thing and Just Dance. But but I was mainly a computer kid, like YA.com, cool math games, stuff like that. Like, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like a part of me kind of like, it hurt my soul, because that's what I was saying. I was on PBS Kids. I forgot the name of the show. I won't be able to give the name of the show right now. I'll probably drop it in a caption.
Wildcrats?
No, it wasn't Wildcrats.
Wildcrats was mine.
It was something similar to Wildcrats. Oh my god, it was a science show. It was similar to Wildcrats. The animation was similar. Oh my god, I'm really.
You should look it up.
Peppa Speaks?
Hold on. I'm trying
No, I think Ruthless Speaks was a dog.
pbskids.org.
Why are you looking for
it? Was
that?
like Super Wired.
No, Super Wild was my show of PBS Kids, but it wasn't their game. It was something else. And then what I loved about pbskids.org was it had like the gauge. So like you would spin the gauge and like that's how you would go to like the different character like games and stuff.
While you're looking for that, I also like the main difference when it comes to Roblox, as I said, is the people who plays Roblox.
I'll let you to get
deep into that.
Yeah, we gotta get deep into that.
You just had your kids who was just playing it, and then your kids with like a certain headpiece. That's it. Now you have your Slenders, the Bloxburg moms, the Rogue Gangsters, and Lisbeth. You know what I mean when I say Rogue Gangsters. You remember what happened the other day? Those are
Rogue
the
Gangsters. Who the fuck is the Rogue Gangsters?
So you could always tell the difference. So
there's gangsters in Roblox.
There's Rogue Gangsters. Gangs? That's what they're called. That's what they're called. So they're mainly Roblox characters. Let me see if I can find a picture.
The Electric Company. That was the name of the game.
Oh,
the Electric Company. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should put a photo of what that is because
yeah, I'll put it up. I'll put it up on the screen.
Do you see that? These are Rogue Gangsters.
Wait, is it a style?
It's a style.
Is that like what the people that came up to us was kind of? They were kind of dressed like that, but also like Y2K at the same time.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what it was.
And then you have your Slenders, which are the super tall ones. That's like always wearing black.
Yes, I see those a lot. I see those ones a lot. Yes. And they're always alone. They're always like on their own.
Your Roblox moms. There's a lot, and when those different types of, how could I forget the copy and paste? Anyways, with those types
copy and paste, like they'll copy like someone else's style that is they're really known.
Literally, they all look the same. That's why they're called copy and paste. They all look the same.
Okay. The ones that
when those groups were introduced to Roblox, it just got worse. Like before, they didn't have games like The Hood. They didn't have games like the sex game.
The Hood is new. Yeah, The Hood it's new. I remember the pizzeria, which is still here. Like that game was my shit. It still is, but I used to play the pizzeria game.
And I feel like Roblox is gonna get worse. I feel like Roblox is gonna get worse, especially with the voice chat, because
the voice chat made it fucking worse. It's interesting. I do like it.
We like it for the trolling. Like we like
it for the fun. You know what I mean? Like, don't take it away because it actually adds fun to it. But there is like a lot of bullying that happens because you could say anything.
Like literally, you could be standing there, and they'll call you something.
Yeah. Or they'll play music and they'll like.
Y'all want to tell the audience what?
Yeah, so you know how there's road chat because the voice chat it's not old, but then it's not really new. It's new, but then it's not the newest shit in the world. Road chat
is like, I don't even think it's a year old. It was introduced. You know the funny thing about road chat is it wasn't introduced in the United States. It wasn't introduced in America first. European countries had it before we had it, which says something about that because they already know how American kids are.
Not gonna do it.
So it was introduced like about a year ago, and they have games that have road chat enabled. This was 2 nights ago. Me, Lisbeth, Douglas, and I were playing Roblox in a road chat, but this happened when Douglas had already left, and he
left right away, and things have happened,
and we were just standing there. Playing music, dancing, chatting, having fun. And this rogue gangster came up to me. She came up to me.
Like 4 of them.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention because I was doing something else. But she came up to me.
And you were like doing TikToks. You were like...
Yeah, I was doing
characters dancing. And
she came up to me and she was like... She started making fun of my wig. Basically,
like having no edges, but
yeah.
you had a red one, but there's no red edges in Roblox. Why would you wear a black edge with a red wig? That doesn't make any sense. So I was like, it's her hair is fun, and I love your characters, and they always look good.
First of all, if y'all know Lisa's characters on Roblox.
Her characters are fucking amazing. She's probably she's literally the reason. She's not even part of the reason. She's the main reason I like decided, you know what? Let me not be angsty about it that they used to have Robux when I signed in. Let me just, actually buy, because that's not gonna come back because of capitalism. Let me buy Robux and make my character that I always wanted to make.
Yeah,
that's why,
and I told you guys, even like aside from this podcast, I told you guys that these kids are like, and a lot of these people are children. They're really children. They're like middle schoolers, elementary school. Like, they have nothing better to do with their lives.
They come back home.
They feel really big, and that's a lot with these rogue gangsters. They feel really big. They feel really amped. There's no consequence, because so they're going they're doing what they want to do.
That's also another thing.
Yeah.
A lot of these you have to have a certain age limit in order to get road chat. You have to be 13 and older. Yeah. A lot of these kids, they don't sound like they're 13.
They sound younger.
They have that high-pitched voice.
It could be they're using like someone else's account, and they let them use that account, or they just used another, because you could use any ID. Like, I think you could just use any ID if you have a phone, then that's it.
Yeah.
And like, that's how,
it's also what was I about to say? You could really tell these kids are really immature. To continue the story, I really wasn't paying attention to them, but I know I said, this is what y'all using your energy for? To tell me about my wig? It bothers you that much?
It bothers y'all that much? And y'all their hair looked really crusty. But their hair looked really crusty.
Yeah.
It was the worst time I saw that.
That Lisa's character interested them so much, like made them so interested. The fact that Lisa's
they didn't stop right there. They went to get random people that does not know us, and the whole, how Rocha is really small. Yeah. And there was like a couple of people scattered around, but once those 4 came and left, they went to other people. And there was a big crowd of people on the other side of the road chat while we were on the other side, and you could tell that they were planning something. And they would come by every few minutes to like yell at us and say, "You're this and that, you stink, like, why are you playing that? You look ugly." Like, they'll just run to us and then run out. And I was like, y'all are cowards, because if y'all were if y'all had the balls, y'all would stand and not move. Just like me and Lisa. Me and Lisa did not leave. We stayed in our place and played Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion. We were like, girl, at this point. And some of them would be fake. There was a guy that first would like bully us and say like, yo, what the fuck are you playing that? Like, oh my God. When I was playing Lil Nas X, and then when I changed like to another song, he was like, ooh, you guys are like baddies, or you guys look good. I was like, absolutely not. I don't do that like fake shit. And I started like going away with Lisa. He was like, come here, you going, like, I'm trying to get to you.
And he said to me, why you following me, you black? And I wanted to say something, but I know I couldn't stoop down to their level. But with
there's no level. We're all the same human beings playing a fucking game that's free.
I wanted to say something, but I know he was gonna say something back, and I was gonna be a whole thing.
We're playing a game that's free. I don't know how they bully other people. They could be bullied for playing Roblox. There's a lot of people that could literally bully y'all for playing a free game. And I'm also using Roblox to escape. But here's the thing. I'm trying to play my music just like everyone else is playing their music. Why the fuck are you coming at me? But I understand that. I
wasn't even going to say escape from their lives. I was going to say that there could be stuff going on in their lives and they're taking it out on Roblox.
A lot of the bullying felt very similar to my childhood bullying. It was just on game. Mm-hmm. Like when the guy with the Thanos hands hit you and started dancing with me and Lisa because we're both girls and you were the only black guy in the situation.
I told y'all how I felt about that. Even when we were on road chat, I saw that there was a lot of negative energy, especially when boys came into our circle. There was a lot of negative energy put towards me.
Be like, want to be Eminem. And who talks about Eminem anymore? I'm just saying, like, who the fuck talks about?
Shout out
like,
to Eminem because we love Eminem, but yeah,
we love him, but like, you know what I mean? It's like, what do you mean want to be? He's rapping
as if Eminem is something that's trendy right now at this moment.
Oh, and I was like, okay, that says a lot about you and that you like white boys rapping. Stay there. I'll stay in my lane, okay?
But I knew exactly what y'all were talking about because it was like boys would be aggressive towards me but flirt with y'all and simp over y'all. And then like, you know, like
now when my furry character is that's a whole other topic. You continue before I get
and you're right. It's actually very reminiscent of a lot of the bullying that I've also gotten because that's kind of what it was. Like a lot of my female friends would witness my bullying, but they would never actually
get wouldn't do anything.
They got bullied themselves. It was just due to association. Again, sorry y'all for the background. If they did get bullied too, it was just because they were associating with me. It wasn't because they actually were the target. You know what I mean? So, you know,
they were not the ones getting bullied. Like you're getting bullied for a different reason, and they didn't feel like they had to say anything.
My friends got flirted with more than bullied. They could sit in the park and
you get bullied, and literally that's what I'm saying. The guy that came in and started dancing, he also bullies us. I don't know why the fuck he started dancing. Because like we've been seeing him 3 times. We're not his friends.
Yeah, there's a specific
we've been seeing him like 3 times
in our row chat that like joined our server like 3 times, and I was like, "How do you?"
And then he says, "How the fuck are you here?" But I was like, "You were here first. That means you click because you could click servers. Like, let me show you literally. What am I looking at? Oh, row chat. I never knew this. Lisa showed me this for the longest time I've been playing. You could click on servers when you click on a game, and you could click here. There's servers my friends are in other servers, and they could see like the profile, and it's like, wow, it's either he like chose one or he randomly just gets put in hours just to click. Because sometimes I do see like other people I've seen before.
I think Roblox does that intentionally.
Look how many servers that he could have been, and he always has been ever since we went in row chat. He always would be. You can take that out.
I want to ask a quick question. There's a symbol next to certain users when we're playing games, and I never knew what it was for. I will see like the person symbol.
Oh, that's admin. Isn't that admin? Like if they're the admin of the game, or
it's like the Roblox swirly square looking symbol. It's like next to all of their names. I wanted to ask y'all, like, what was that symbol? Did y'all
Sometimes know? I don't know what that is. I think they're like they bought
the membership.
Like, I thought it meant that they're a friend of a friend. Like
no, Roblox don't do that. Are you talking about like where you buy Robux?
No, on the dashboard.
When you're in a game, they'll and you see the leaderboard, they will have like different their names. It will have their names, and then it will have the swirl next to it. And whoever has that swirl, are they premium? Like, are they premium in Roblox, or is it more their membership in the specific games they're playing?
I know there's a symbol besides certain people's name. That means that they have premium. Hold on. Let me.
Because that's the premium. Because there's also I don't know when Roblox premiums. I don't know when the whole like membership thing started. That probably started when they.
I remember the membership thing was all. Oh, you mean, hold on. You mean like...
That probably started on... I don't know when that started. I don't know, look it up.
When I started, it was always there. They just changed the name. At one point, it was Builders Club, and now it's...
Oh, yeah, I remember Builders Club.
You mean like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
That means premium.
Okay.
So they pay, what, $5
every month.
A month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So that's like when they have the plan, like the subscription plan, so they can get in Roblox.
Because I don't have that. Because
my question is, why does that show in games? Like, how is that benefiting the other players that have been exposed?
It really doesn't. I mean, there's no point of seeing that they have a premium. They just do it to do it, I guess. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why they show the premium.
But being premium does get you like
everything is like cheaper, or some items would be
certain items, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certain items would be cheaper and stuff. I was saying to get premium because it would be like cheaper, but then I was like, I am heavy on Roblox, but there's some days that I don't play it, so I was like, I don't want to get premium. on it. I could
Yeah, like
cancel
there's
it.
no need to like pay all the time.
Like I want to pay whenever I feel like paying.
But like you said, like I wish it would go back to, like, you could tell that was capitalism. Like I wish it, circling back to what we spoke about earlier, like I wish that they would like kind of do it to where you could get at least 10 or 5 Robux a day.
A day, every time you sign in, like you'll get Robux.
You know what I mean? Like
every day you sign in.
Because there were times when I did desire Robux, but I was like, I don't want to spend my money.
A point, because you were just starting. Like
it was y'all who actually persuaded me to design my characters, which again I don't regret. Like Lisa, like you inspired me to dress my characters up because we
were like, you know what? At this point, we've been playing Roblox for so long, and we see a point. Because now we play it with friends, and we're like, oh, let me know, you know.
At some point, the way that they make the games, you like make the platform. At some point, you would have to have Robux. Because if you don't have Robux, you're gonna get bullied for it. But when you
I don't get bullied for it because I play the game.
I used to get bullied for it if I didn't have Robux. I used to get bullied for it. But
that's weird because in certain games, I'll see kids literally with default characters with no problem.
Yeah, and they won't, you know.
I don't know if they still do that now.
Is it because your character was black and it was a default black character?
Probably. I really don't know, but
it could have been that.
I used to on Roblox. I just thought about it, I was like, it's whatever. It's a game.
And that's why you started like buying Robux for your character?
Part of the reason, yeah.
Part of the reason, but you just bought it because you were like, well, I want to actually design it.
I was getting bored. She had blonde hair and she always had a purple outfit, and I kind of got tired of it. I was like, let's change this up.
What do you want to say? Because I know, and I want you to speak.
I'm part of the furry community. I can show you all my. Let me show you my characters right now.
And after that, I really want to answer that question because there's something that we haven't even touched on that happens in the Roblox.
Oh my god, yeah, we need to. But I wanted to quickly say, Yushalov and Elizabeth, yeah, she is a furry. And I know that this is a topic within
it's a topic within itself with bestiality and
oh my god,
like that.
But
there's people like that, but I do not accept them in the furry community.
That's another thing. This has to do with stereotypes that every single community, especially if you're marginalized in society, you have there. You guys are often stereotyped. You know what I mean? They stereotype Black people all the time. You know what I mean? And I feel like the same respect needs to be given to the furry community, because even though there are furries that may participate in all of these things, you know, that's not the same for every furry. Like Lisbeth doesn't, wear a fursuit every day.
I don't have the money for a fursuit. When I tell you I've been a furry ever since I was little and ever since I started drawing. Not really started drawing, but like middle school, elementary too. I'll say elementary. I've been drawing wolves for the longest. I have characters, and my friends had characters I made. But I have I guess you're resting of the characters that I'm gonna show. But I don't have a first. I'm gonna pause. I dress. You see how I dress. You think I stink? A lot of people say. They'll say furry in Roblox and they'll say that you stink. There's a lot of gamers that would say, oh, you're a furry. They'll say it for jokes and they'll say it for views. They might not mean it, but it's their brand to bully other people. And it's like, but you're influencing other younger people think it's okay to bully them. And it's like, they think it's okay. And then they'll do it at school or they do it like an online game or cyberbullying. And it's like, but you don't see I could, like I said, do makeup. You don't see that I could, I like to do my hair. I like to dress nice. Like, you don't see that.
Yeah. They look at furries and they think all of y'all.
Classic. You think that I just want to be an animal every day. Like, that's not the team. Love this. Just like, we're literally.
I'm keeping that. But yeah, no, I totally understand what you mean, Elizabeth. Like, me and you've had countless conversations about this, and me personally, it's classic.
I was the one that told you about furries.
I'm shocked that a lot of communities in society kind of like side eye y'all. Like, I'm not shocked, but then I'm shocked at the same time.
But
Because there are furries that engage in criminal activity. There are furries that engage in very.
That's in any community. That's literally it's in any community. Furry character I have is, I mean, I have another one, but I have this one. When I come up with this one, people will be like, "Furry, you stink." Nothing else. And then what's funny is that a lot of people that say that are not good at the games, like the action games. A lot of times when I come in with like this character in an action game, I'll win the game and then they'll lose in the beginning. So I'm like, wow, you don't know how to play a fucking game and you think you could bully me? Like, it's really funny to see them die or leave the game early after they say something. A lot of younger boys, I do not like this because y'all are minors. A lot of younger boys would be like, oh, that's my bitch, or that's my waifu. They'll literally say it out loud. They'll say it in typing too, and they'll be like, come over here and try. They try to kiss me too. There's a lot of characters that I could, and I know quote kiss because it doesn't look like an actual kiss, but they'll come around and try to like from behind or like in my face, and I could tell before they do it and I move away. And also, this is the most expensive one. I just want to let you know this character is more expensive than all y'all characters that I be see y'all bullying me. This character right here, the animation was 500. Those wings, I don't remember, but it was somewhere close to like 80 or 60. The hat was 50, or it depends. The little scarf shit around the neck, the floof, the whole outfit, from like the t-shirt, not the t-shirt, but the shirt, that it was the least expensive, but like the actual fit, the animation was the most. So it's like y'all don't see that I have the money and y'all don't.
So funny what society is accepting of, because even though, again, just, and I want to restate this because, for the people that's watching, grown adults and stuff, this is a very important topic to talk about because so many people play Roblox. And, I wanted to say, like, it's so funny how picky society is when it comes to accepting certain things. And again, this just ties back to stereotyping, classic stereotyping. Everybody is not the same. Y'all are never going to know the story because y'all don't care. It's a game.
Yeah. I also use Roblox for escape, but I don't bully people. Because I feel like I don't want to waste my energy. I already put my energy in a lot. I'd rather use my leisure time to enjoy with my friends, not take the time to go to random ass people and tell them to bully two random people that are just dancing and having fun with. It's less that I'm bothered. It's more that I see it's more sad on their part because y'all really want to waste y'all energy on that. And it's also, again, there could be something else that's going on in their lives that they put the anger on the game. And it's like, that's sad that you have to deal that much anger that you feel like you have to bully others. And it's like, cyberbullying, we're doing that to people that haven't bothered you, period. Just existing. It's weird that also the hood, that is a thing, because the hood was, when I came back to Roblox, in senior year, because I took a big break on Roblox in high school, whatever. I went back to Roblox in senior year.
With me, how I got into it.
Yeah,
Roblox got me back into my gaming. I'm telling you, because again, like I was a computer kid anyway, so tapping into Roblox was kind of natural for me. At first, I didn't know all the
the keys. I know it's
but as a while, like over time, I got used to it. Axel is back. I'm the king of obbies. I play almost every obby.
Oh yes, he's really good. He's faster than me. I used to be faster, but he's faster than me at obbies. Like if the people that are on Road Chat, I would love you to challenge me on those fucking obbies. Right? I fucking know how to do the fucking extreme one. I want you to fucking try me, okay?
This is the last time I'll say. One thing that I feel like, to answer Douglas' question with what
the change about Roblox, yes, let's go into that.
Definitely the age. The age requirement, because I don't know what Roblox age requirement is.
It's about 13, isn't it? Like, or is it younger?
Hold on, I'm gonna see.
But y'all know sometimes you could lie on those things.
Dude, you could lie, yeah.
Any age could create an account of Roblox with no parental restrictions.
That's a problem. That's the problem right there.
Yeah, because didn't they ask for like our ID and stuff just to even get into Road Chat? That's what's confusing me. Like they ask for our ID and stuff just to get into Roblox.
But there's no parental vision on that one.
The reason why I bring this up is because the more Roblox is talked about, the more children who's like 4 or 5 years old is gonna join Roblox. I'll never forget. I saw this video on TikTok, and this mom, she posted a video of TikTok, and there was this man. We don't know how old this man is, but he's posing as like this 10-year-old girl. And the questions he's asking this lady's daughter really gives like child vibes. Now, yeah, there's YouTubers who are like 20, 30, 40 playing Roblox. They're not the problem. Just how easy it is to get access to these little kids.
This is not a bashing Roblox subject or topic.
Play Roblox.
We're still gonna play Roblox. We're still gonna go on there.
We're just saying our experience.
We're just talking about our experience, things that we feel like needs to change with Roblox to make Roblox better. This is not to damage Roblox's, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is not to damage Roblox. This is not to taint Roblox's name. This is just to be honest with you, we're not the ones tainting y'all name. The people on there doing these things is what's tainting Roblox's name. So, I just want to say that, but, keep going, Lisa. I just wanted to make that like that.
It's also how easy little kids could create an account. Like, these little kids, they could talk to anybody on this platform. They could
a lot of adult filmation sounds.
You could have a whole like fake relationship.
Those sounds be funny though. The adult filmation sounds.
No, they be funny, but that has to be an 18+ server. Like I feel like there should be servers that's like 13,
that's also something that
18 plus. Like there has to be.
That's something that Roblox should also introduce. I don't want to be playing a game where they have like immature 14 and 13-year-olds like cursing me out for what? God only knows why. Like, I feel like
it's a middle school game.
It's annoying. It's annoying. Like, get
up. I
just
want to talk about the whole role play. I know we don't go on role play a lot, but I used to go on role play a lot of times. Which is totally fine. Role play is totally fine. But it goes to a certain extent to sex or like families. Or sometimes it feels like cults. I remember I played Gacha Life. It's basically a Roblox version of the Gacha. I can look it up right now because it's also like, I think it's like a mobile game.
It is.
So, yeah, there's also a Roblox version of Gacha Life. And there was a girl that came up to me and was like, do you like cream cheese bagels or blueberry bagels or something? I said I like cream cheese
before.
Yeah, I told you this.
I never heard of this.
I said I like cream cheese, and the girl said, "Oh, that's okay, that's fine. I mean, I like the blueberry more." No, they like the cream cheese more, but then they said my dad likes the blueberry, and a lot of them don't really accept me because I like cream cheese, and then they like blueberry, but my dad always loves me or whatever. Like, it was very weird. This was not road chat. This was like typing. This is before I got road chat. And it was very weird. She talked to me a long time and she was nice, but I could just tell the more she talked to me about this whole group and she wanted me part of it, I was like, no, I'm a solo. I told her absolutely not. But I didn't say it like that. I just said that, no, I go solo. But in my head, I'm like, I don't want to be part of this and be dragged into something that I don't know what the fuck are y'all doing.
Family, I think it's one thing to pretend you have a husband and wife and you have kids and you take care of the kids, but it's another thing to like actually do.
To have on the bed inside the fucking houses.
Exactly.
That's why there needs to be servers for there has to be like, there's no way.
Is that y'all biggest thing? Just like that's really something that has to change.
I mean, that's not gonna stop. Like that happened in Animal Jam. I'm pretty sure that happens in Club Penguin. There's even stories that are made and put out on YouTube.
Like, and that's the thing. Like these happen in so much online games.
Online games. This is not really only big part. This is a common thing.
In the online game community.
And actually, yeah. It was a big part of like, so there's nothing that could change about that. That's up to them if they decided to kids that are.
I wouldn't want them to, and that's another thing, because I wouldn't want them to monitor it so hard.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be fun anymore, to be honest.
We never really bullied anybody, but we've taken part in some of the trolling. Let's also just like
we do
expose each other here. We are a part of the problem. We are a part of the issue. We're not saying we not. We're not saying,
but we're not as bad as
We're not saying the N-word. There was people that would say a recording and repeat the N-word, and we don't even know if they're black or not, but girl.
Hard R.
With the,
Y'all feel like it'll ever be solved? That's the last question. You don't know?
No. Absolutely
It's kind of fun that this shit really happening, because it happens in real life. Like, there's nothing different. It kind of feels like I'm in a whole other world when I'm over here. It feels like I'm on a whole other planet. That's kind of like Planet Her, where Planet Her is also not perfect, but it's also like, this is my world. So that's what like Roblox feels like.
It has its benefits. It's like a gift and a curse at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, and I wanted to say that. Shout out to Roblox, and I just wanted to say, this is just a forum for us to discuss our experiences and our opinion. I cannot stress that hard enough. You know what I mean? This is not in any way, shape, or form to, shit on the app in any shit on the website or app in any type of way.
I want to have a childhood about it. I mean, I had my own. I had a lot. Listen, I had my childhood, but that Roblox is part of it.
It's a part of it, and we still play it. It's still a good thing to use, in all honesty.
To escape from college life.
Just that this is the stuff that goes on within it. Can it be monitored? Like you said, it's up in the air. It's something that, because it has its gift and its curse. We wouldn't want it to be monitored.
Like my brother plays. He plays with his game and curses every day.
Monitored.
The chats are monitored to the fullest.
In certain ways,
you can't. There's some words that are not curses, and they'll hashtag it.
I know, but the chats, they have a way of like saying what they want to say without saying it. Like, let's say if they wanted to say, they would say PUXXY. If they wanted to say, they'll say BICH.
Or I'll say B. Like, I'll type B.
I know for one game for sure, they monitor their chat logs. If they see something is up, they will ban you like right away. No, 2 games actually, they will ban you right away from the game.
Animal Jam is one of them.
We already know for the road chat games, they don't do that shit. They don't.
Do y'all want them to?
No.
I love how everything.
I wanna still curse someone. If someone comes at me, I still want to curse them out. Like it's not monitored on here. This game that he's playing. They could curse everyone out on this game over here.
It's kind of like if you do it for Roblox, you got to do it for all games, really. You know what I mean? So I understand what y'all mean. It's a gift and a curse. It's really a gift and a curse. But how do you guys navigate? Because there are kids out there that might really take all of that to heart. How do you guys navigate? And what do you guys say to them? We got to end it right here. But
really?
What do you guys say to them?
For me, I don't say nothing to you unless you provoke me. And if you do, I just stand there and watch. To me, it's funny. It's
funny. It's funny that
with each other.
Yeah. Thinking that y'all all are friends forever on the absolutely not. I got a friends forever right here that I be playing with.
Especially the kids that they're like ganging this, ganging that. They're like 10 years old and I'm here like,
where's our parents? Where's the homework? Like where's all of these things? But yeah,
that's up to them to figure out.
Yeah.
But I also want to say, since Lisa said my part, I also want to say my part to the people that are getting cyberbullied. Block them. It's not like Instagram. It's not like fucking Snapchat, Twitter. Literally just block them. Leave the game. Go to a different server. There's a reason that there's a bunch of servers. And if that doesn't help, try to like take a break on Roblox and try to figure out your own life, because Roblox is not the only thing that that makes us keep going. I love art, so like
I'm about to say we have lives outside of it.
We have lives outside of it. Like I do get a little bit addicted sometimes, and I have to escape my world, and I go on it.
Be that good and
be that good. The season be good, especially around Roblox around Thanksgiving and Christmas, like around the holidays, is the best.
Yes, oh my god, I love the Christmas theme they do for a lot of games. Oh my god, yeah. And the only thing I'm thinking about right now is like my Roblox character doing that that like TikTok thing. I know we hit a little deep for y'all, but that's why the name of this episode was How Deep is Deep. Shout out to Jack for giving me that title. I felt like that was a perfect title for this because you'll never know how deep the topic is until you keep on talking about it. And with that being said, you guys keep updated with my channel. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Watch, enjoy the videos on my channel. And yeah, stay tuned. I got music and so much more in store for you guys. I got the idea to do this again, and I think I
love the podcast.
I'm going with my heart. Like I told y'all lately, that's just what I've been doing. I've been going with my heart. So if my heart say episode 3, my heart say episode 4, episode 4. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm going with my heart. We love you guys and stay tuned.
I use love hoes.
Stay tuned.
See her on her.
This is gonna be a
fucking
But yeah.
What's the fucking culinary shits you're cooking and stuff?
Yes, y'all already know.
Yes, and I know I'm late on my fucking
I'll put up y'all pages again. Yeah, I think that's really about it. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Whoa, hey. Whoa, hey. Procrastination meets imperfection. Am I heading in the right direction? I just wanna lay down, but if I lay down now.